Hello there, a very good evening and welcome to another edition of Prime Time News on TV1. Of course, we're coming to you live and direct from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. Of course, given the festive season, the really happening events are outside, and we've got a little bit of a surprise lined up for you in our news bulletin as well. But first, let's take a look at your top stories for tonight.
Heavy showers in several areas, 9 districts affected, landslide and flood warnings issued. Anticipatory bail application submitted by Dr. RAJITHA SENARATNE rejected, amended request resubmitted. Government pillar responds to arguments raised by the opposition regarding Partly's arrest.
එමෙතුමා කියනවා වරෙන්තුවක්වත් නැතුවයි මාව අත්අඩංගුවට ගන්න ආවේ. මහේස්ත්‍රාත්වරයෙකුගේ වරෙන්තුවට වඩා බලවත් නීතිපතිවරයාගේ උපදෙස.
Opposition raised against meeting organised by Ranil Wickremesinghe. Violent protests in India escalate over the citizenship law. Sirasa Christmas zone open to the general public.
Welcome back to the news. Now, as I said before we started our news bulletin, the happening events organised by Newsfirst as well as the Capital Maharaja organisation are happening outside of our Newsfirst News Centre here in Colombo, and we've got 2 of our anchors stationed at those locations as well. First, going to our anchor at the Echelon News Square Christmas Zone organised by Newsfirst. Johnny, how is the situation there?
Yes, Shalin, we are coming to you live here from the heart of Colombo, where all the action here, keeping up with the festivities here in this jolly Christmas. We are coming to you live from Echelon Square, where a special Christmas zone has been put up just for the loved ones and the families of our viewers. If you come to Echelon Square during these days until the 24th of December, you can also celebrate this jolly Christmas with the Newsfirst family. You can take a look how the news broadcast takes place here live and raw from Echelon Square, and also your 2 most favorite radio channels, Legends 96.6 and Yes 101 is also aired live here from Echelon Square. And also, as we all know, there's another special Christmas zone set up at Bay Brooks Place as well, so you can definitely visit either Echelon Square and experience this Christmas here with the Newsfirst family. Shalin, back to you.
Now, when it comes to spreading the joy of Christmas, there is no dearth in the number of events organised by Newsfirst and the Capital Maharaja organisation. Besides the Christmas zone at Echelon Square, the Sirasa Christmas zone is also happening here, right here, outside our Newsfirst News Centre at Bay Brooks Street, Colombo. And bringing us the details is Muad Razik. Muad, how are the festivities there?
Yes, we are currently joining you all live and direct from the Sirasa Christmas zone here down Bay Brooks Street in Colombo. Now, this is the place to be at this year's Christmas alongside Echelon Square in Colombo. Now, this is a place filled with many fun-filled activities you can enjoy here. There are live musical shows alongside Snow Cities, especially dedicated for the kids, the Snow City, and of course many fun-filled activities. There are Candymans, there are many activities for kids as well as adults to come and indulge in this year's Christmas and enjoy the festivities of this year's Christmas. So we invite you and your family and of course your friends to come and enjoy this year's Christmas alongside with everyone, your loved ones at the Christmas zone here, the Sirasa Christmas zone down Braybrook Street and of course Echelon Square. And this is the Christmas zone in Braybrook Street. So come along with everyone and enjoy. It's back to the newsroom.
Thank you very much, John and Muad, for bringing those updates from those locations. We will get back to you throughout the bulletin, so do stay on standby. But first, let's take a look at your stories in detail for tonight. Up first, in some weather-related news, 2,788 people from 596 families across 9 districts in the country have been affected by the inclement weather.
People living in 27 divisional secretariats in the Badulla, Monaragala, Batiklo, Mulativ, Jaffna, Kandy, Nuwara Eliya, Hambantota and Anuradhapura districts are affected. 20 spill gates of the Thabbova reservoir in Puttalam were opened this afternoon. The Disaster Management Centre has taken steps to temporarily evacuate the people on either side of the Mioya, while the water capacity of 11,500 cubic feet per second is discharged. According to our correspondent, the 4th milepost area in Vanathavilluwa Puttalam main road has been inundated. Water level of the Mahaveli river is gradually increasing. As a result, people in the low-lying areas of the Valikanda, Seruila, Muttur, Kinya, Kantale, Madirigiriya, Tamankaduwa and Dimbulagala divisional secretariats were informed to be vigilant. The Diggala road towards Somavatiya has also been inundated and the road has been temporarily closed. With the heavy rains experienced in Badulla and Bandaravela, the water level of the Uma Oya is rapidly rising. Engineer in charge D.M. Dharmadas stated, at this rate, the need to open the spill gates of the Rantambe reservoir may arise.
Spill gates of the Rantambe reservoir has been opened. 300 cubic feet per second is released and Minipe, Mahiyanganaya and other low-lying areas will be affected due to this. We request the general public to be vigilant.
People in many areas in the Badulla district have been adversely affected by the rains. The road leading to 5 villages was blocked for 5 hours due to overflowing of the Badulla Oya in Uduvara, Haleyalla. The Alla Vallavai road was blocked near the Alla underpass due to the landslides and collapsing of trees. Several people living in the Alla Balakattua Hidagale estate has been temporarily evacuated from their houses due to landslide warnings. Meanwhile, 3 foreigners were injured this morning when a mound of earth collapsed on a private hotel in Alla. They are receiving treatment at the Badulla General Hospital. A hospital spokesperson said their condition is not serious. Traffic on the Badulla-Colombo main road was halted for more than 2 hours due to 2 landslides in Demodara. Currently, vehicular movement is back to normal. A mound of earth collapsed on a house in the Kumbalvela area in Bandaravela this evening, causing severe damage to the house. Due to heavy rains for 3 days, several small and medium-scale valleys in the area are already overflowing in Dambulla, Sigiriya and Laggala. The Department of Irrigation said spill gates of the Kandalama, Bovatana, Vemadilla and Kalavava reservoirs have been opened. More than 1,000 cubic feet of water from the Kandalama reservoir is discharged into the Kalavava across the Mirisgonia Oya. The 5 spill gates of the Ibbankadua Dambulla Oya reservoir have been opened and 6,500 cubic feet per second is released to the Kalavava and many farmland and low-lying areas are inundated. Spill gates of the Kalavava have been opened by 15 feet and residents of the Ipalogama, Tambuttegama and Talavava were evacuated. With the opening of the spill gates of the Bovatana reservoir, the volume of water released into the Moragahakanda reservoir is 13,300 cubic feet. The spill gates of several reservoirs and valleys in the Anuradhapura district have also been opened. The dam of the Mahasiyambala Gaskandia Valley in Maha Oya Ampara is in an unsafe condition. Therefore, the Disaster Management Centre requests the public to be vigilant.
Meanwhile, the Sella Katharagama Ganapati Kovil and several surrounding villages have been inundated due to heavy showers.
If there is any issue, we urge the public to call us on 117 and talk to us. Adverse weather conditions are prevalent across the island. We urge the public residing adjacent to rivers to be vigilant of the weather. We urge the public to follow landslide warnings as well. If you witness any slanted trees or cracks on the ground or water streams emerging from the ground, you must take precautionary measures and evacuate these areas immediately. The public can seek shelters in temporary shelters.
Taking a look at some more news here at home. Ex-Minister RAJITHA SENARATNE filed an amended anticipatory bail application to the Colombo Chief Magistrates Court once again today.
The anticipatory bail application and affidavit were rejected by the Colombo Chief Magistrate Lanka Jayaratne as the offence which he would likely be arrested for was not clearly mentioned. The Chief Magistrate refused to issue notice to the respondents named in the application as well.
අටපාස් නැති සමහර අමාත්‍යවරු
Certain unqualified ministers have created a rumor that Rajitha will be arrested tomorrow, so we came to court. Even the courts admit there is no charge. However, we fear that he might be arrested over some unknown charge. This is why we filed an amended anticipatory bail application.
චෝදනාව ගැන දැනගන්න තමයි අපි නැවතත් මේ අප අයදුම්පත ඉදිරිපත් කරුවේ. මංකොල්ලක
I haven't murdered or looted. One case is linked to a motor accident and the other is linked to a media briefing. So you see the difference.
ඉතිහාසය විසින්
History will prove us right.
එච්චරයි කියන්න තියෙන්නේ.
As we experience some technical difficulties in getting the introduction to that package audible to our viewers, we'll take a look at it again. Ex-Minister RAJITHA SENARATNE filed an amended anticipatory bail application with the Colombo Chief Magistrates Court once again today, and that was a news report on that. Now, while former Minister Partli Champika Ranawaka was arrested, there were talks about former Minister of Health RAJITHA SENARATNE also being arrested, and as you saw before on our news bulletin, he filed an amended anticipatory bail application once again today. Allegations have been leveled against the government for going on a witch hunt to exact political vengeance from their political opponents. This was the response from the government faction to those allegations.
රාජිත සේනාරත්න මන්ත්‍රීතුමා එළියේ නිදා
I believe that Rajitha SENARATNE not being arrested is going to be an obstacle to these investigations. There are 4 facts that determine whether a person can be granted bail or not. Will there be conflict in society if this person is released? If Rajitha SENARATNE is out on bail, it could cause public outrage. Will this person threaten the witnesses? He has a past of threatening witnesses and destroying evidence. The other fact is whether will this person hide instead of helping the case. According to these 4 facts, as a lawyer, I think that Rajitha SENARATNE should be remanded until the investigations are over.
රක්ෂිත බන්ධනාගාර ගත කළ යුතුයි කියා
Journalist questioned Vasudeva Nanayakara regarding this.
රාජිත සේනාරත්න හිටපු ඇමතිවරයා අද දවසේදී තරංගොඩ ගන්නවා කියලා ඊයේ පෙරේද දවසේදී ප්‍රචාරයක් තිබුණා.
අපි මේ ප්‍රචාරයට සම්බන්ධත් නැහැ. එතුමාගේ අයිතිවාසිකම් අපිට උදුර ගන්න ඕනත් නැහැ.
එතුමා අරස් කරන්න එහෙම ප්ලෑන් එකක් තියෙනවද?
නෑ නෑ අපේ නෑ ප්ලෑන් එකක්. පොලිසියෙන් ආලා බලන්න.
තලත අතකොරළ මහත්මිය කියනවා ඔබතුමාලා නීතිපති දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවේ ඇඟිලි ගන්නවා කියලා.
කොයිද ඇඟිලි ගන්න? දප්පුල්ල ලිවේර අපි කියන දේ අහන්නෙත් නැහැ.
Where have we interfered? Dappula Dilivera does not listen to what we say. Dappula Dilivera is now the Attorney General. The President told him at this situation, can't we get him to court without arresting him? He inquired on that. We can't remove Dappula Dilivera because a parliament proposal should be tabled. After that there should be an investigation. Removing him is like removing a judge. He is a person who has independent authority. How can we affect him?
The State Minister also spoke about former Governor of the Central Bank, Arjuna Mahendran.
Attorney General has taken steps on it and they are continuing. The External Affairs Ministry, if you ask Mr. Dinesh Gunwardena, he will tell you what the latest moves we have made in order to get him. I think he has already escaped from Singapore. He has become a fugitive now, running. The fugitive running around into hideout. Anyway, we will bring it the way we brought KP.
Meanwhile, former Minister Partli Champika Ranawaka, who was placed in remand custody, is currently at the Colombo remand prison.
Former Minister Sajith Premadasa and a group of MPs visited former Minister Partli Champika Ranawaka today.
We will stand with Champika Ranawaka, who contributed immensely to our election campaign. We are working towards doing everything within the democratic framework of the country to secure his freedom.
Champika Ranawaka මැතිතුමාගේ නිදහස වෙනුවෙන් කළ හැකි උපරිමය ඉෂ්ට කරන්නට සැදී පැහැදී සිටිනවා. මේක ඊටාම බරපතල
This is a serious incident of political revenge. They were searching for something against him, and when they couldn't find anything, they remanded him for a traffic offence. They came into power promising to nab those involved in the bod scam. They promised to nab those who were involved in deforestation. They came into power promising to jail murderers and thieves. They said they will nullify the Hambantota port. But now they are saying all of these agreements are fine. And they say, how can we do this? What is the meaning of these contradictory statements? We will see what happens. You can't fool the people every day.
Meanwhile, the leader of the United National Party, Ranil Wickremesinghe, too visited former Minister Partli Champika Ranawaka.
A few days ago, they informed court that there are no allegations against the minister. After that, in violation of parliamentary traditions, they only informed the speaker of the matter after he was arrested. I think the leaders in parliament are hoping to discuss the matter with the speaker. There is no reason to arrest him at night. There are no new eyewitnesses in this case.
මොකුත් නැහැ. මහජන දේපල වලට ආණි කරලා තියෙනවා කියන පදනම උඩ තමයි එතුමාව අපදෙන්න නැතුව උත්තර තියාගෙන ඉන්නේ.
ඒතර ඔබතුමාලාගේ ආණ්ඩුව කාලේ මේ සිද්ධියම නේද උනේ? මේක අනිත් පැත්ත නේද උනේ? ඔබතුමාලා මේ වගේ තිරගත් කිරීම කරා නේද?
අපි කරේ නෑනේ ඒකනේ ප්‍රශ්නය.
The spouse and relatives of Thusit Dilum Kumara, the driver of Patali Champika Ranavaka, filed a complaint at the Human Rights Commission over an incident of forcibly detaining and questioning them.
Thusita Reduru Mahatage නිවසට ගිහින්
Thusita and his wife, along with their 1.5-year-old baby, was taken from their house after 12 in the night and questioned inside a van in Battaramulla. They were questioned for over 8 hours. A police officer named Mettananda was the one who headed this. A female police officer had only accompanied them home after they were taken to Gaul. All of them were male officers. There was a mother with a baby, and she faced much difficulty when breastfeeding her child amid all of these male police officers. If there was a complaint against them, and if they were in hiding, there would have been no problem. But all of this happened after 1 year.
කිරි දරුවෙකුට පිරිමි ගොඩක් එක්ක පැමිණිල්ලක් තියෙනවා නම් රේදුර හැංගිලා ඉන්නවා නම් කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. මේ අවුරුද්දකට පස්සේ ඇක්සිඩන්ට් එකකින් අවුරුද්දකට පස්සේ තමයි විවාහ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ.
Meanwhile, Deputy Speaker Anand Kumarasiri, in a letter to the National Police Commission, said the police had not followed the proper procedure when arresting former Minister Patali Champika Ranavaka. The letter, addressed to the Commission's chairman K.W. Karaliyadda, urged the official to look into this matter and to take the necessary measures in this regard.
The leader of the Pivituru Helaurume, Udaya Gammanpila, convened a media briefing today to respond to the allegations levelled against the government over the arrest of former Minister Patali Champika Ranavaka.
මන්ත්‍රී වරප්‍රසාද උල්ලංඝනය වෙන්නේ
It would only be a violation of parliamentary privilege if the MP is on his way to parliament at a parliamentary sitting or on his way home back from parliament. Also, he says that they came to arrest him without a warrant. The advice of the Attorney General is more powerful than a warrant issued by a magistrate. The police had gone to the location and surrounded the site, confirmed that he was inside, and it is only then that they informed the Deputy Speaker. If they informed him before that, there is a chance that both him and his driver would have gone into hiding. The driver, Thusita Kumara, is now missing. He is not coming before court. The second lie is that they said the fact that this was a case that was already decided before court and reopened only to seek political vengeance. Gayashan Venura and Mohammad Sufail, the two friends of the victim of the incident, Sandeep, confirmed that it was partly Champika Ranavaka who knocked him down. These two friends had pursued the former minister's vehicle. They have notified the police and the court regarding this through an affidavit. The phone tower records of the cell phone of partly Champika Ranavaka corresponds with the location of the accident, but the phone tower records of Thusita Kumara, who says that he is the one who drove the vehicle, does not correspond with the location of the incident. During that trip of partly Champika Ranavaka, he has a 4-minute discussion with the then Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Was it the driver Thusita Kumara who held a 4-minute discussion with Ranil Wickremesinghe? So this is a legitimate case. Pooja Jayasundara also made the best use of the golden opportunity and influenced the police officers and altered police records. Former Minister Patli was released as the police concealed this information and did not produce them in court. He questions as to why we only expedited the hearing of this case when cases like the one filed regarding the bond scam and the Easter Sunday bombings is still there. Until we get Arjuna Mahendran and question him, we have no way of filing any action against the politicians behind this scam. It was Minister Patli who allowed Arjuna Mahendran to flee the country. We have no way of filing charges in the bond scam case until Arjuna Mahendran is brought to Sri Lanka and questioned. It was Minister Patli who deprived us of the opportunity to do this.
බැඳුම් කර වංචාවට නඩු පැවරීමේ හැකියාවක් නැහැ. ඒ හැකියාව අපිට නැති කලේ පාටලි මන්ත්‍රීතුමන්ලා.
එක්සත් ජාතික සිරිකොත්ත පක්ෂ මූලස්ථානයේ ලේකම්වරයා ප්‍රකාශ කර තිනවා ඔබතුමාලා මේ කරන්නේ මේ දේශපාලන පැලගැනීමක්.
කිසිසේත්ම නැහැ මේ විමර්ශනයේ සියල්ල අවසන්. තොරතුරු වලින් 90%ක් අනාවරණය කරගෙන තිබෙ ඔවුන්ගේ ආණ්ඩුව කාලේ. දැන් මේකේ අපිට විමර්ශන කර කර ඉන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. සියල්ල
We are coming to you live once again from the special Christmas zone set up here at Echelon Square and taking a look at more local news. Now, Colombo High Court Judge Shashi Mahendran today announced the bribery case filed against Minister Kehelia Rambukwala and ex-chairman of the State Printing Corporation Jayampati Bandara cannot be continued.
Kehelia Rambukwala and former chairman of the State Printing Corporation Jayampati Bandara were accused of using 230,000 rupees of the State Printing Corporation money in 2012 to pay Rambukvela's personal mobile phone, incurring losses to the government. Defence Counsel earlier filed preliminary objections to claim, as the Commissioner General of the Bribery Commission had not filed the documented approval from the 3 commissioners of the Commission, the case cannot be taken forward. However, the Magistrates Court dismissed the objections and ordered for the case to continue. Thereafter, both Rambukvela and Heen Kender filed a revision application with the Colombo High Court against the order. Examining the revision application, Colombo High Court Judge Sashi Mahendran pointed out the documented approval from the commissioners from the Bribery Commission is an essential item for such a case. The High Court judge ruled the case was filed in a violation of the Bribery Act and ordered for the decision to be directed to the Colombo Magistrates Court for necessary action.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa met with journalists attached to foreign media outlets yesterday. Several key highlights from last evening's meeting were reported on international media.
The Hindu, quoting President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, reported today Sri Lanka's Civil Aviation Authority will develop the southern airport in Mattala near the strategically located Hambantota port, ruling out earlier proposals of a joint venture with India. The news site goes on to say President Gotabaya Rajapaksa had also invited Indian companies, especially those in the IT sector, to invest in Sri Lanka. The Hindu adds, New Delhi, with known strategic interest in the airport adjoining the Chinese-run Hambantota port, has in the past discussed a possible joint development plan with Colombo to upgrade the loss-making facility in Mattala built by former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. However, the project did not take off despite multiple rounds of negotiations. It added, President Rajapaksa said his government is focusing on rationalizing the taxation system in order to improve the economy and restructuring the security apparatus to ensure enhanced national security. Xinhua Net News reported that the Sri Lankan government will not renegotiate the Hambantota port agreement with China and will look to ensure that the security of the port lied with the Sri Lankan side. The news agency further reported that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa would not renegotiate the commercial agreement of the port as that has already been signed, and he was studying to see if the entire security of the port was under Sri Lanka's control. It reports that the president had further said he would not renegotiate the 99-year lease agreement of the port as this was purely commercial, and he did not want to convey a message to investors that commercial agreements would change every time a new government was elected to power.
Now, keeping up with the festivities this season, the Sirasa Christmas Zone was declared open this evening to the general public.
The Christmas Zone was officially declared open by Bishop of Colombo of the Church of Ceylon, Right Reverend Diloraj Kanakasabe, at the head office premises of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited in Braybrook Street, Colombo 2. The choir of St. Bridget's Convent, Colombo, added splendour to the event. The general public visiting the Sirasa Christmas Zone will have the unique opportunity to witness the Virgin Mary statue blessed by His Holiness Pope Francis in the Vatican.
Now, in more local news, a group of Buddhist monks met UNP party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe at Sirikotha today.
The Theras attached to the United National Party had been asked to arrive at the party headquarters today. However, Venerable Mathurata Dhammalankara Thera, who had arrived at Sirikotha, was not granted permission to attend the meeting. There are statements that the UNP lost because of a low number of Buddhist votes. Therefore, the Buddhist monks should take responsibility in obtaining Buddhist votes. They have formed an alliance as the UNP Bhikkhu Front. This group has restricted me from attending their meetings. They had done this because I speak the truth directly. There is a discussion and it is a lie. All those discussions are done to defeat Sajith. They are trying to ruin Sajith. They are trying to stop Sajith's political career. Champika is a good Buddhist politician. Now he has been remanded. These people put him into that situation.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, in his capacity as the Minister of Finance, Economy and Policy Development, has issued directives to chairmen and CEOs of all banks to suspend the recovery of loans obtained by small and medium-scale enterprise sector, or the SME sector. Now issuing a release, the Finance Ministry says the government has taken a decision to take up a new initiative to revive the SMEs, of which the outstanding debt is not exceeding 300 million rupees. Still in local news, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has appointed a tech-studded board for the Information and Communication Technology Agency of Sri Lanka, also known as ICTA, in line with his vision for a Sri Lanka driven by technology.
The board features industry leaders, technology entrepreneurs, academics and public sector technologists to steer digital Sri Lanka. Steering the board as chairman is Jayantha De Silva, co-founder of IFS Sri Lanka, the country's first FDI-funded technology company. With over 35 years of experience in the industry, he is a past chairman of SLASCOM, BCS Sri Lanka and Software Exporters Association of Sri Lanka and past board member of ICTA and UCSC. The other board appointments include industry leader, former SLASCOM chairman and 99X Technology CEO Mano Sekaram, holds 25 plus years of experience in the IT software management. Founder of WSO2, Dr. Sanjiva Veerawarana, is also the current chairman of Lanka Software Foundation, of which he is also the founder. Professor Lalit Gamage is the CEO of Sri Lanka's Institute of Information Technology. He plays an influential role in the country's IT landscape as the chairman of the Sri Lanka Technology Incubator, director of the Lanka Software Foundation and an advisory board member of SLASCOM. The board also includes former ICTA CEO Reshant Duvapura, who counts over 30 years of experience in the IT industry. He has served at ICTA for 11 years in the position of Program Director, COO and CEO. SAP India country salesman manager Manori Unambua, she counts over 25 years in senior management positions and experience in sales, marketing communication and business development in the ICT industry for global brands. Finally, former digital secretary and ICTA program director Basanta Deshapriya, who has played a pioneering role in bringing technology into the public sector. The board came into effect from the 18th of December 2019 and will work towards digitally transforming Sri Lanka.
The equity investment portfolio of the Employees Provident Fund has reported a market loss of nearly 23 billion rupees by the end of the third quarter of this year.
As at the 30th of September 2019, the equity investment portfolio of the EPF, which comprised of listed shares of 81 companies, reported a market-to-market loss of 23 billion rupees. As at the 30th of September this year, the share portfolio posted a market value of 59 billion rupees, 23 billion rupees lower against their purchase price of 82.9 billion rupees. After many years, the EPF marked its re-entry to the Colombo Stock Exchange on the 17th of May this year. However, many analysts continue to express concerns regarding the previous government's move to reinvest EPF funds in the Colombo Stock Exchange.
When you look at it from 2009, EPF has done extremely poorly in the stock market. In 10 and 11, when the stock market returns were more than 100%, the returns to the EPF's investment in the stock market were around 5%. Even at present, the EPF's mark-to-market losses are over 23 billion, and that's after impairments or recognized losses being over 8 billion because of equity investments that EPF has made without due process. The EPF delays making information available and conceals information. The annual reports are routinely over 2 years late, so that often the problems that are available to be discovered from the annual reports are known only long after the event has occurred.
Media has reported that due to investments in the share market with the funds of the EPF, as at the 30th of September, the EPF has suffered a loss of 23 billion rupees. These funds belong to the people employed in the private sector of this country. The government does not own anything.
රුපියල් බිලියන 23ක පාඩුවක් සිදු වී ඇතනම් මේකට අපි කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Pumping and dumping.
If the EPF has suffered such a massive loss, we call this pumping and dumping. The government must punish those who gamble with the funds of the people.
And that's a wrap of Primetime News on TV1 for tonight. But before we leave tonight, just to give you a few reasons on why you should include visiting the Newsfirst Christmas Centre at Echelon Square, a must on your Christmas to-do list this December. We will join John Fernando for an update from the location. Johnny, why should people actually
Yes, Shalan, definitely. As we mentioned before, we are coming to you live here from the heart of Colombo, from Echelon Square, where a special Christmas zone have been set up just for the sake of our viewers and for the happiness of the loved ones and the families of our viewers. So make sure we will be here until the 24th of December. Make sure you come, visit, witness how the news operation happens, witness how radio channels, the two of your favorite radio channels are broadcasted right here from Echelon Square, and make sure you come, enjoy this Christmas and have fun with the Newsfirst family. Thank you for watching Primetime News tonight.
Thank you very much, John, for that update. Also, don't forget that we have our Newsfirst Sirasa Christmas Zone set up here right outside our Newsfirst News Centre at BRIBERY Street in Colombo. Unfortunately, we cannot give you a live update from that region because the entertainment, the fun-filled activities are so much in the air. The ambience is so loud outside that we cannot quite get through to our reporter at the location. Thank you very much for tuning in to Newsfirst. Do not forget to visit our Christmas zones at Echelon Square and BRIBERY Street, Colombo. I'm Charlene Benedict for the Newsfirst team. Have a great weekend. Take care and God bless.